There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like Oz the Great and Powerful. Hey everyone, today I've got your Oz the Great and Powerful movie review. I had seen this movie with high expectations because I was a huge fan of the original movie starring Judy Garland. I've been a little bit of a fan of books, which I vaguely read, but I am somewhat familiar with. This movie is directed by Sam Raimi, who you know is the one who made the Spider-Man trilogy and other sort of like horror-related movies. At first, I was unsure what to think of the fact that he was directing this type of movie because it just didn't seem like something he would do. The only thing that sort of like caught my attention was the fact that the casting choices definitely caught my attention. You have James Franco, who plays the lead, Oscar, or who becomes later known as Oz. You have the three witches, Mila Kunis, Rachel Weisz, and Michelle Williams playing Theodora, Evanora, and Glinda. I was really excited, especially like with the addition of Glinda, because you know she was in the original Wizard of Oz movie. Like, all this promotion that I saw about this movie was sort of like focusing on like there was definitely going to be like one Wicked Witch like that was going to be like easily seen, and I thought like, okay, that's definitely going to be Rachel Weisz. I mean, she's like got like the dark outfits always on, and she just has this like sort of like sneaky sort of way about her, and unless you read the books, then you kind of know what happens. And at first I had no idea that there was a certain thing that happened between two of the characters. This movie is definitely a prequel, like like before Dorothy even sets foot in Oz, and this is when Oz becomes the great and powerful wizard that we know him to be, or sort of. As he is originally this magician who like works at this traveling circus, and he's always performing and doing all these acts and stuff. And I really liked how they first shot the movie. I think it was like almost the first like 20 minutes of the film was shot in black and white, which is kind of reminiscent of the sepia tone that was used for the original movie in the beginning part before you enter Oz. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later about like sort of like the visual effects aspect of the movie. How he gets to Oz is basically the same way that Dorothy entered Oz, and it's because that stupid Twister, damn it, Twister has to come in, scoops him up while he's in his hot air balloon, which is also another, like, that's one of the things he did, left in his hot air balloon, gets caught by the Twister, and he enters Oz. Now here's where I'm going to talk about the visual effects aspect of Oz, because when we first see Oz, of course, it's going to be all visuals. I did not see this movie in 3D, and I didn't really care to see it in 3D, so I definitely noticed where a lot of parts were post-converted into 3D. Really took me out of the movie a lot of the time because, or most of the time, because I do not like over-computerized, like, all these sorts of things. I mean, visually, I thought, like, it was stunning. The colors definitely popped. It made me feel like I was just entering another Alice in Wonderland type world. I did feel like it was entering the world of Oz. I mean, you have the yellow brick road, which was nice, and also the landscape that showed the Emerald City in the background, which I thought, like, there was this really cool shot where it shows Oscar and where he eventually meets Mila Kunis, or Theodora, and they're just sort of like walking towards the Emerald City, and you just see that. I thought like that shot was really beautiful, even if it was computer generated, but you know, what the hell, I don't even care. It's awesome. There are other scenes that showed a lot of other like CGI characters, and you have some new additions that one of which I knew was from the book that I read, which was China Dolls, played by Joey King, who plays the voice of her, and she's also showed in her human form in the beginning of the movie, as well as Zach Braff, who plays like this monkey and sort of like a loyal servant, and sort of like comes along the journey. I thought that was really cool because he's also shown in the intro. Michelle Williams, who at first like, whoa, like that's her, and she plays Glinda. I definitely think that they made them look so plasticky though. I mean, it looked like just like dolls. Everybody looked like a doll. They were just overly made up, and I mean, no, there's nothing wrong with that because you have to have made up characters, like full costume and everything, with even the Munchkins too. Like, I mean, I thought like the Munchkins looked, you know, same old, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with the Munchkins, so I thought like they were cool too. They had like that one major scene where like they actually do like a singing and dancing part, but I mean, like that was just very brief, and I mean, nothing can beat like the Follow the Yellow Brick Road song from The Wizard of Oz, so I know like it kind of turned me off a little bit with the music, but of course like in this generation, I mean, I'm sure the kids would love it. When Oz and the gang sort of go to the Emerald City and meet Evanora, and I was like, you know, I love Rachel Weisz as an actress, and I thought like this was definitely like a different role that I've ever seen her in. I really liked her character a lot. Thought like she definitely played a good witch. I'm not going to say if she was a good witch, but I have to watch the movie for that. Also, I liked her interactions with Mila Kunis, who at times, like, you know, she, you know, was all like, you know, she's falling in love with Oz, so if you've read the books, you know what happens. The reveal of the Wicked Witch, and I'm not going to tell you who becomes the Wicked Witch, but I thought that when they did the reveal for the Wicked Witch, I just got really excited. I was almost on the edge of my seat. There were definitely a few money shots in the movie that I really loved. When they first show like this fireball coming through like this dome, like this protective dome that's protecting the city, the Wicked Witch comes down and she just like comes in, and then there's like this little like mini tornado cyclone where she comes out and you just like see like her silhouette, and then boom, she just like reveals her green self. I mean, girl, she was hot. I mean, girl, she was hot. Scary, hot. But then I was like, I looked at her face and I was like, what the heck did they do to her face? Either they over CGI'd her or something, but it just looked a little weird to me. I just had to, like, I was literally leaning back in my chair because I didn't know what to think at first, and then I was like, okay, well, I guess it's something I have to get used to. So it took me a while to get used to the actual like appearance of the Wicked Witch of the West. That was one of the things that was really scary. My favorite scenes in the movie were close to the end, where they have this sort of like, not a battle sequence, but more like just like the climax of the film. It just really, it was full of explosions and it was just epic, and that was one of my favorite parts of the entire film. I even heard that there's like a potential sequel in the works for this. I'm like, really? How can you have a sequel? I mean, as long as they don't reboot the actual Wizard of Oz, then I'm fine with that. Overall, I'd say that this movie was very fun, definitely a good family movie. I don't know if I'll see it again. I probably will, maybe in the near future, who knows, but I would like to see it again. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Oz the Great and Powerful, what your favorite moment of the movie was, and who was your favorite witch. You guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates. Come back every week for a Child Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I'll